Boreal, we present all the new Joker line, the beginner's range of climbing shoes. The Alpha, the front part is the same than the last Joker. It's more technical heel. We now are using Zenith Quattro. It's more durable than Zenith Pro. The heel, it's more cushioning than the Jokers before. No leaning, and in all Joker range, it have double tongue. The difference between Joker and Alpha is just the leaning, and we present the Jokers in laces and Velcros. We present the Joker Plus with 3 Velcros, stiffer and more cushioning in the heel, in Velcros and laces. Men's version and women's version, except the Joker Plus laces. Women's version are narrower and less volume. Alphas is going to be 80 retail, Joker's 90, Joker Plus 100. A step up, the Joker Plus is the new Diabolo. The last is more technical, more pointed in the front. It's a flat but asymmetric, a really technical heel. It have a Zenith Pro rubber. The Diabolo will be 130.
So our newest model that we're releasing is called the Narsha. So the hardest thing in the shoe climbing industry is the heel. We have this patent pending technology. It is an expandable and retractable material that we're working with. So if your heel is bigger, it's going to expand. If it's smaller, it's going to kind of retract. Our manufacturer and designer, they've been working on this for about 18 months, almost 2 years to nail down this technology. Another really awesome feature with Butora, we try to be as sustainable as possible. When we put together shoes, the rand and the soles, and you grind the rubber, it creates a lot of powder. And a lot of people sweep that up into the trash. We collect all that dust, and we have a particular mixture we've been working with. So this design is actually our Neo-Friction Butora rubber. So great toe hooking and things like that. Single Velcro strap, and we've added this extra double string strap. So this can really kind of just fine tune and get that adjustable fit. And the interior, we use a high quality German leather footbed. It's a very aggressive shoe, a stiffer shoe compared to, say, the Acro. The amount of rubber and materials on this and the Acro really reduces stretch. We also use ABS midsoles, hardened 3D injection molding. Out of the box, how it feels is how it's going to feel for its entire lifespan. This is going to be our top quality performing shoe at 175.
Mainly for this year, we came up with a whole bunch of upgrades to pre-existing shoes. So the first one is the Rave strap. Comes in a lace version as well, the Crush. This is the price point entry, $69.95 retail. We have the padded ankle cuffs, same with the padded tongues, holes in our rubber, which allows for good spread. It has a synthetic upper. This is our only shoe that does have synthetic. All the other ones, when we move up in price points, goes to the leather. Contoured straps, so it's not coming flat across, it kind of goes with the natural arc of your foot. It's a flat last, great for vertical terrain. So that's the Rave, and then this is the Crush, the lace version as well. Contoured lacing system, otherwise all the features are the exact same. So this is the Red Point, $89.95 retail. Get a leather upper rather than the synthetic. You still keep the padded tongue for the comfort, same with the padded heel. You do have the 3D molded heel cup. The rubber on the heel is the same rubber that we use on the front of the climbing shoe, on the toe box. You also get the slingshot rand, we call it the X-tension. So when we are applying the rubber to the front toe box, we glue down the bottom rubber here and then pull it under tension and glue it to the top of the shoe. It's helping pull the toe into the downturn shape of the toe box. This comes in the lace version as well. This is the Rockmaster. Same thing, everything. Again, we have the contoured lacing. So this is the Rocket. Immediately you notice the 3 strap. We do lose the padded tongue. Between that and removal of the padded heel cup, you gain a lot more sensitivity. We still keep the 3D molded heel cup, again with the smooth rubber. As we moved up, they got more and more camber in the arch and then more and more downturn in the toe box. The rubber for the toe box is pulled under tension and glued under tension, but we get the polypropylene midsole that helps keep that downturn even more. More aggressive power upper. And then this is the Rock Star. The only difference is the contour lacing system. This retails for $99.95. Excel almost at anything you can do, but I'd say probably the Steep is where they excel the most.
So the new product we've got going on today is the newly redesigned Rubik shoe. We went with a Velcro design, fairly flat with a slightly downturned toe. Works really well for like vertical really thin edging or pockets. The heel is nice and tight. The construction is a leather, unlined leather. This section will stretch just a little bit for your knuckles, but with the Velcro here on either side, it keeps it nice and tight. Excess grip, really, really good rubber. Pretty stiff. It's not gonna be like a board-lasted shoe, but it's stiff enough that you can stand on any edge. If a beginner's using this, if it fits their foot, that's great, but I found that an intermediate climber will find more value out of this shoe. The other new shoe in our lineup is the women's Felix. Very similar shoes, essentially men's and women's versions. You can see that this is a lot wider to accommodate a wider forefoot versus a narrower, thinner forefoot. The toe box up here has a lot less volume than the toe box of the Rubik. Fairly flat with a little bit of downturn in the toe. Great for edging, great for limestone, designed for very narrow heels. A rather stiff shoe, especially here in the forefoot, but it gives it enough flex to be comfortable while still being able to stand on all the edges that you need.
The first one is, it's an all new shoe, but it's kind of replacing a classic, the Shaman LV. Lower volume, high performance shoe. The update is an all new last shape, meaning it's a completely new shoe, new design, with 2 Velcro straps instead of 3, giving it actual more toe patch rubber and a little less aggressive toe bump. If you're not a big fan of the love bump, it actually fits even better. And this is a very comfortable high performance option for a lower volume narrow foot. This is definitely near the top of the line in terms of performance. A step higher than that would be our Agro, which has significantly more toe patch rubber and is significantly softer, giving a strong climber a lot more sensitivity on the rock. Slight step down takes us to our other brand new shoe, the Supra, which you can see from its shape is a little bit down cambered, but not aggressively downturned in the toe. A very supportive full-length midsole from the toe to the heel with a very, very precise toe box, again, focused on that. If you're climbing really, really vertical terrain or just a little overhanging in the tiny little nubbins, that's what this shoe is going to excel at. 3 Velcro strap because we're not as worried about having that extra toe patch coverage. The Supra is kind of a medium volume shoe to a slightly higher volume. But that's also why there's 3 Velcro straps on the top. So if you have a higher volume foot, there's lots of room to expand. And if you have a low volume foot, there's lots of room to cinch it down and lock your foot in there. Probably our most exciting project right now is the relaunch of the Defy and Electra. A completely new last, completely new shape, completely new colors, and most importantly, new materials. Gonna fit more people better with some changes in the volume. So it's gonna be a little wider here with a little less volume here. We changed the direction of one of the Velcro straps so you can undo both at the same time, and it pulls from all sides now a little bit differently and locks the foot in slightly better. We have a new synthetic upper mixed with a new mesh material footbed that also has an antimicrobial treatment, which kills 98% of bacteria upon contact. This will keep it from getting smelly for a lot longer. Most, if not all, beginner shoes are extremely stiff in the midsole, so a beginning climber doesn't learn how to use their foot as well. The Defy and Electra are going to stay a touch softer so that a climber can have a shoe that's still very supportive, very comfortable, but also more sensitive so that they can actually climb steep boulders and top rope with their friends, all in the same shoe. Are staying at their same price point that they have always been at, which is $89. The Supra is going to come in at $140, and the Chakra is going to come in at $160.
So this is the new Gambit for a beginner, workhorse can climb in the gym or outdoors. It's a good just all-around shoe. Or for an advanced climber who, say, wants a real comfortable shoe for all-day climbing. So you can see the last here is a little bit wider, and it is, still a little bit of a point. For the outsole, we use C4 rubber. It's our most versatile rubber compound, so it still works for overhanging stuff, still works for slab. We have a thermoplastic midsole, and so when you heat that up and thermoset it, it just retains its rigidity over time. So you're actually going to have a more stable platform for a longer period of time, Velcro and lace versions. So these both retail for $120 in the States. The Blanco is sort of a revamp of the old Anasazi lace, the white version that we did several years ago. The Blanco is always known as the most aggressive shoe in the Anasazi line. So those of you who are familiar with the Anasazi last, it's got the same shape of one of our most popular shoes, the Anasazi, and it just had a lot of heel tension and a really stiff platform. So we wanted to recreate that with the Blanco, but put some more modern features into it. A thermoplastic midsole helps retain the shoe's rigidity over time. It also makes a stiffer platform, and you can use a lot thinner, so you can make make the shoe a little bit lower profile. It's a perforated tongue just to help the shoe breathe a little bit more. It's a lined synthetic, is a bit sort of medium to higher volume shoe, so people with a larger foot will do well in this shoe. And we use our Stealth C4 rubber still on it. So it still has the same classic shape of the original Blanco and the Anasazis overall, just with a lot of heel tension and a really stiff platform pretty much.
And this is the Kataki. Awesome new shoe made for really precise edging. Traditional lacing system right over the toes with speed lacing like is on the Meura in the back half of the foot. It has our P3 system that helps deliver power right to the point of wherever you're edging. It also keeps the downturn shape of the shoe over time. The other feature is the S-heel, a reinforcement on the medial side of the heel that really helps you get much more power when heel hooking, especially when you're in a high torque environment. The men's and women's are different, not just in color, but in the last. The women's uses a lower volume, narrower last. The men's uses Vibram XS Edge, and the women's uses XS Grip 2. The Grip 2 compound is a little bit softer. It's a little bit grippier. The reason we have the Edge on the men's is it's a little firmer and it won't deform as much. The Kataki is coming out spring 2017 and retails for $170. And this is the new Meura XX. It's the 20th anniversary of the Meura shoe, limited edition, and it is an Adam Ondra signature model. It's a little bit different from the traditional Meura in that it uses La Sportiva's P3 system. Adam used this to climb his route Change, which is 9B+, one of the most powerful shoes on the line. It's going to retail for $200. The Mythos gets a new version. It doesn't replace the existing Mythos, but we've come out with a supplemental version called the Mythos Eco. And what sets this one apart is that it has 95% environmentally friendly materials. Water-based glues, metal-free tanning process, biodegradable leather, and a lot of recycled components, both the webbing, the laces, and the rubber. The rubber itself is made from Vibram XS Edge rubber, and after we've stamped out soles for all of the other shoes, we have scraps left over. We're able to reuse those, devulcanize that rubber, and actually put it back into new sheets and then reapply it to this environmentally friendly Mythos Eco. Just an all-around super versatile shoe. An awesome patented lacing system that hugs your foot all the way from the heel all the way to the front of the toe. Medium supportive, flat lasted, fits a huge variety of foot shapes. And this is the Maverink. It's a new youth climbing shoe that we're coming out with in 2017. A lot of the younger climbers really like climbing with no edge shoes. This one in particular is a super cost-effective shoe, $120, has P3 platform, XS Grip 2 and Vibram. It's very soft, very sensitive. It's an unlined shoe, so it's designed to be fit relatively small with your toes downturned. It's available up to size 42 only. This is the Gripit. Our design team worked with podiatrists to really design a shoe that was shaped like a child's foot. Children's arches don't usually develop until later, so we wanted to make a shoe that was very comfortable and really didn't impede the growth plates, especially in the metatarsals, as can happen if you put a child into an adult shoe that's really constrictive. It uses no-edge technology in the sole and has a speed lacing system that is infinitely adjustable with the draw cord. The big benefit of having a really soft climbing shoe for a child is it really aids in proprioception. Child's able to get out there and climb and feel the world around them and really develop some sensory and tactile relationship through their contact with the earth or the rock or the climbing wall. So the Gripit is made in Italy and retails for $90.
This is the brand new Rocket. It's going to be coming out for spring 17. Requested and designed mostly by our European pro team. We made it out of a leather upper instead of a synthetic upper, and we put a ton of rubber on it. The leather is actually pre-stretched after the dyeing process, so stretching isn't a concern like it is with some other leather upper shoes. The excessive amounts of rubber all over the shoe will also prevent any stretching. It's an unlined shoe for increased sensitivity. The whole shoe is built as a slipper with one big Velcro strap across the top. And in the back here, we were able to take the outsole and wrap it underneath the slingshot ram so that there's no possibility of it peeling away. It does have a slight downturn to it. The midsole is fairly stiff in comparison to other competitive shoes, designed for steep angle rock and competitive indoor climbing. We were able to bring it to market at $145 for a top performing shoe.
Here we have the Agama. It's our new shoe. It's going to be more of the entry level, but it is also an all-around performance shoe. It is a flat sole. It has a 3D molded heel. Synthetic Tech Flex material on the upper here provides a consistent stretch. The nice thing about it is it has a retention to it. It's not going to maintain that stretch. It's going to constantly recoil back down. The inner here is a premium leather for consistency within the shoe. It's not going to stink as much as a synthetic material. It is an asymmetrical toe. In this molded heel, there's a TPR gel, so you have a nice cushion on the heel. We also have a polycarbonate midsole, and so the stiffness that you get would be like mid-range stiffness. Price point on this guy is $83.
I'm excited to introduce a new shoe called the Voltage. The Voltage is a fantastic downturn rock shoe. The forefoot is perfect for a much wider fit. The downturn of the Voltage is not so dramatic that it's not usable for edging and things like that. Good precision shoe for all-around performance climbing. The toe patch on the Voltage is designed for really extreme toe hooking. Other neat thing that the Voltage has, and that Red Chili is known for, is its genuine leather footbeds. Really make sure that the foot stays in place while it's inside the shoe. The overall shoe is a microfiber and keeps stretch pretty minimal. This shoe is quite soft and it has virtually no midsole. Price on this will be $149.95. The Fusion is a new iteration. We took a lot of what we learned from the Spirit VCR and created more of a performance-focused product. It has a little bit more of a pointed toe, and it still has that same nice soft midsole that the Spirit has, but that's also supportive, and excess grip rubber from Vibram. The new Fusion is going to be perfect for high-performance edging and being in all day. The last of the Fusion is built on the same last as the Spirit VCR, the perfect last for all-day comfort and performance. The Fusion will also be available in a ladies version, which will have a lower ankle cut, lower volume overall, and it's going to be more comfortable on the Achilles tendon. It'll retail for $129.95 and it'll be available next spring.
To start off with, I'd just like to create a reference point really, and that's the origin. So this was really successfully launched this time last year, absolutely perfect for entry-level climbers. We've added to that with a girl-specific last, smaller volume throughout the shoe, particularly kind of less kind of bulk in the toe, narrower heel cup, a bit narrower kind of across here. So even though it is a girl-specific shoe, if you're a guy with narrow feet, this might fit you better than the original origin. I'd like to present to you the Force V, a really cool new shoe. It's kind of an evolution of the old Force X shoe. We've taken Heinz Mariacke, our rock shoe designer's active randing, and we've kind of slimmed it down, and you can see that in the old version we used to have this kind of big chunky bit of orange rubber that used to sit up here, and kind of same thing up here. We've just trimmed that down so it now sits more cleanly in line with the closure on that side. We've also taken some of the bulk out of the heel on the outside. That just means that the heel cup is a lot more comfortable. The Origin doesn't have the active randing. The Force V does have the active randing. And then we flip over the shoe and we can see here we've got this Vision rubber, and here we've got the XS Edge. Both are really, really durable, but maybe this is a bit stickier. This is going to be a great shoe that, you know, more advanced climbers are going to use as their comfortable shoe in all sorts of situations, sport, trad, that kind of thing. In men's and the Force V in girls, again, like the Origin that we just spoke about, is a women's specific last, not just different colours. $129, it's a really, really strong shoe. Here is the Instinct VSR. We've got that highly charged bi-tension active randing that gives that kind of explosive power, a thickly ribbed toe randing, toe patch, the best technical heel cup that's out there. The important difference really is that we've actually applied excess grip too. This shoe is, I guess, a much softer, more supple example of this. Is going to fit more snugly. It's going to suit the smaller, lighter climber, conform to the holds under their weight in a sort of slightly easier manner than this shoe. So that's it, Instinct VSR.
This is the Runner and the Runner LV. We ran the Ran rubber to basically change color and to look like a sole of a sneaker. Downturn, pretty good. We have a fishhook midsole on the inside, and we used our unparalleled rubber the black rubber, which is our own rubber. And then this is the first time ever that we've actually put color in climbing rubber. So we actually were able to infuse color into the carbon rubber and have a sticky outsole on the all blue one. The price point is like $119 at retail. Pretty soft shoe that could hang on the shelf right next to a really expensive model. And this is the Street. It's just black on black, really simple. It's all synthetic, so it's not gonna stretch. It's downturned. It's a really soft shoe as well. There is a midsole, but it's not insanely thick. You're gonna have a lot of comfort, but in a downturned model. The heel, we didn't put a whole lot of tension on, but a lot of intermediate climbers are actually buying this shoe because of its comfort. The padded tongue, the softness, you're getting the features of a really high-end shoe for a really good price and a really good transition to something really advanced. So this is our new shoe. It's called the Free Range, and we built it on the same last as the Street shoe. We did a one-strap closure, put a bunch of rubber all over the toe box, but kept it really thin. We put a lot more tension on the heel. And the price point on this is $149. We want it to be able to sit next to any $179, $189 shoe. So this is a new shoe called the One. The first cool thing we did is this synthetic upper is actually one piece. It's like a no-sew upper, and it's really insanely comfortable. So we put it on a pretty flat last, but we put a lot of tension in the heel. Like even compared to our Street shoe, it has a lot more tension. We actually added in this binding on the tongue. So what that actually does is it holds the shoe on your foot while you're warming up. And technically you don't really even have to lace the shoe unless you're ready to climb something pretty difficult. So these are the kicks. We did a regular volume and a low volume as well. We put the all blue outsole, and we stuck with our traditional black rubber on this one. It's a really simple, fast closure. Put a super fat tongue on there, so it looks like you're wearing like a street shoe or a skate shoe. They're both leather, so they're gonna stretch and they're gonna be really comfortable. The last is really flat. It's not downturned or hooked, and we put a decent amount of support in the midsole. It's not insanely stiff, but definitely a little bit stiffer than some of our other shoes. So really good for the gym or transitioning outside for a beginner and intermediate. So this is called the Bowler. This is like a really entry model. Initially made it as a rental shoe, but when we put it on Kickstarter, it did really well. A lot of the traditional bowling shoes have split leather, so different color leather on the internal and the external side of the shoe. It's really comfortable. It's all leather. It's going to stretch. There's a giant padding in the tongue. Not much tension on the heel at all. And we ran the external rubber parallel to the ground, so when you see it on the wall, it looks like someone's wearing a pair of street shoes. It's just pretty neat. This one definitely has a midsole that's going to keep it pretty stiff, but you can see it's actually kind of like a soft, more comfortable shoe. So.